Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Van Taylor Stadium on the campus of Lander University for tonight's non-conference match between the Carson-Newman Eagles and your Lander University Bearcats. At this time, we will introduce the starters for tonight's match. First, the visitors from Carson-Newman. The keeper, number 27, Tuan Verwai. Number 2, Sam Jenkins. Number 4, Joe Taylor. Number 5, Thibaut Mathores. Number 6, Tom Rankin. Number 10, Tom Reed. Number 12, Greg Evans. Number 15, Will Sainsbury Logan. Number 18, Dylan McCabe. Number 19, Tylen Silva. And number 24, Evan Haar. The Eagles are coached by Stephen Lyons and assisted by Brian Walker, Kavi Luchawa, and Duncan Foster. And now, the starters for your Lander University Bearcats. The Bearcats are accompanied tonight by the 2009 Toros girls team. The keeper, a freshman from Oslo, Norway, number 13, Alexander Hobo. A sophomore from Basingstoke, England, number 2, George Knight. A junior from Enfield, England, number 3, Richard Bryan. A junior from Newcastle, England, number 4, Jordan Skelton. Jordan is accompanied tonight by Anthony from Springfield Elementary School. A senior from Haverhill, England, number 5, Ian Folger. A senior from Swindon, England, number 9, Sam Lofts. A junior from London, England, number 12, Sinclair Sandy. A sophomore from Motherwell, England, number 16, Robbie Young. A junior from Patia, Sweden, number 18, Sia Jamadar. A freshman from Laval, France, number 19, Thibaut Chrétien. And a junior from Basildon, England, number 20, Tyler Bolton. The Bearcats are coached by Lee Squires and assisted by James Smith and Rob Seaton. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Lander University, and welcome to Van Taylor Stadium on the campus in Greenwood, South Carolina. And we welcome you into tonight's matchup, non-conference tilt between the Lander Bearcats and the Eagles of Carson-Newman. Hello, everyone. Rickson Lane along with you. Glad to have you join us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network for what should be a very entertaining matchup. Two teams with 9 wins thus far in the 2017 campaign, battling it out here for spot at the top of the region standings. Lander and Carson-Newman both sitting inside the top 5 in the NCAA Division II Southeast region, trying to bump their way up in hopes of earning a berth in the NCAA tournament. Go ahead and give you the starters tonight. First, for the visitors from Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman in the gray uniforms tonight, the black trim on both sides, white numerals outlined in orange, black shorts, black socks as well. Keeper tonight for Carson-Newman, graduate student from Utrecht, Netherlands. That's Twan Verwij, 6'6", goalkeeper wearing number 27. A towering presence between the pipes tonight for the Carson-Newman Eagles. The defenders tonight for Carson-Newman. Number 2, Samuel Jenkins, senior from Bicester, England. Number 18, Dylan McCabe, a grad student from Port Louise, Ireland. Midfielders for the Eagles, number 4 is Joe Taylor, a sophomore from Stockton-on-Tees, England. Number 5, Thibaut Mathorez, senior from Graces, France. Number 6, Tom Rankin, grad student from Birmingham, England. Number 10 is Tom Reed, senior from London, England. Number 12, Greg Evans, a sophomore from Wrexham, Wales. Number 15, Will Sainsbury Logan, freshman from Norwich, England. Number 19, Tylon Silva, freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. No forwards listed in the starting lineup for Stephen Lyons' club. All defenders and midfielders, at least on the roster sheet. Starters for the Lander Bearcats, making the starting goal tonight for Lander, just his second career start, is number 13, Alexander Holbo, freshman from Oslo, Norway. Has not started since a road matchup in September against Lenore Rhine. Back line tonight for Lander. Number 2, George Knight, sophomore from Basingstoke, England. Number 3, Richard Bryan, junior from Enfield, England. As Lander with an attack here, Sam Loft's going to fire a shot but misses wide. Took an extra beat to collect the ball on the pass from Robbie Young. And Lander's first charge of the night ends without a goal. Ian Folger, also along the back tonight for Lander, wearing number 5. He's a senior from Haverhill, England. Midfielders tonight, Sinclair Sandy, number 12, junior from London, England. Number 18 is Sia Jamadar, junior from Patia, Sweden. Number 19, Thibaut Chrétien, the freshman from Laval, France. And number 20, Tyler Bolton. Bolton, a junior from Basildon, England. Attackers tonight for Lander, we've already called their names out. Sam Lofts, number 9, senior from Swindon, England. And number 16, Robbie Young, sophomore from Motherwell, Scotland. Just over 5 minutes into this one, no score between Lander and Carson-Newman.
A crisp, cool, and clear night here in Greenwood, South Carolina. As Lofts triple teamed. Lander attempts to work the ball right side. Aggressive move there from Jordan Skelton, but a chance now for Carson-Newman to get a run down the sideline, but the ball knocked out of play back to the Bearcats. A busy day in Bearcat country. Although this is the only home contest tonight for Lander. A lot of teams in action this evening. Bearcat volleyball team Bearcats were on the road against UNC Pembroke. Took down the Braves 3-0. Moved 14-7 on the season. Cross-country teams were in action this morning in Fort Benning, Georgia. Conference championship races. Lander Cross Country made its return to the Peach Belt Conference Championships after nearly a decade-long hiatus. Here tonight, Bearcats ranked 17th in the nation against a Carson-Newman team that's been in and out of the top 25 throughout the year. Big non-region matchup. Cretian tries to make a move in the middle of the pitch. Ball's tackled away by the Eagles, but Lander comes back with possession. Good to have you join us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Bearcats have set the tempo and the pace of this match here early on. Yet to find the net. Ball sent into the box, headed around and cleared out by the Eagles. Sandy shields it away and Bolton has it at his feet. Fighting to maintain possession. He'll send it deep back to Holbo. Play to the middle. Now another deep pass. Holbo will corral it in the box. Eagles looking to get their first shot attempt of the evening. Now there's a long pass trying to get to Sainsbury Logan. Tackle to the edge of the box, ball free. Now a scrum forward on the sideline and sent back to the middle of the pitch. But a misfire there on the pass attempt. It looks like it came off the foot of number 4, Joe Taylor. Throw in for the Bearcats. Throw in far sideline for the Bearcats. 34-15 showing in the first period. And then we've got a whistle as Sandy goes down. Midfielder out of London, favoring the right shoulder slightly. It'll be a free kick to Chrétien, the freshman from Laval, France. 11.5 minutes into this one. No score between Lander and Carson-Newman. Ball headed on and deflected over the post. And that is the benefit of your keeper standing 6 feet 6 inches tall. Tuan Verwai able to punch that one over. The Bearcats will get a corner kick as Chrétien will take it. Chrétien will see that ball headed out of play. A throw in to the Bearcats. Chrétien hustles over. Looked like he wanted to get it to Bryan, and he will hand it off, and Bryan will be the one to throw in for Lander. 32:20 to go first period. No score between Lander and Carson-Newman. Another corner kick coming up as Chrétien will take it again. Lander had a golden opportunity on their last corner kick from that side. Instead, this time they're going to roll it to the top of the box. Bryant thought about the shot. Instead, now he'll send it in, and it's headed high and over the post as Lofts had to try to control that bullet off the foot of Bryan. Could not get a clean angle on the ball. 2 early corners for the Bearcats, but nothing to show for it. 0 our score. Tyler Bolton will push it back. Folger in the middle of the pitch. He'll skip it ahead. Skelton to Chrétien. Nice one touch to Knight, unable to save it. Good idea, though, from the Bearcats. Lander getting a break from the rigors of the Peach Belt Conference. This is the first non-conference opponent that the Bearcats have faced since September 30th, road match against Catawba. They've not played a home match out of conference since September the 6th. 5-0 win over rival Erskine. Bearcats were scheduled to go to Mars Hill 11 days ago, but inclement weather forced that match to be canceled. Knight in the box, ball in front of the keeper, shot on the way, into the net and score. Lander on the board. Ball was deflected around, and the Bearcats put it through the wickets of Verwai. And it looks like it was number 2, George Knight, who gets the goal for Lander.
That's a goal for Lander.
Knight puts the Bearcats on the board. Assist will go to Sinclair Sandy as the Bearcats grab a 1-0 lead. George Knight puts the Bearcats out in front 1-0. For Knight, it is his second goal of the season. Sandy credited with his third assist of the year. Lander out in front 1-0, and now Loft's going to try to make a run at it. Verwey out and slides to cover the ball up. A great job by the Bearcats to get on the board here early on. There's a nifty pass in from Lofts. Sandy tapped it to Knight, and Knight put it past Verwey. The sophomore from Basingstoke, England, puts the Bearcats on the board 1-0 at the 30:05 mark. A 1-goal advantage for Lander, but it's a Carson-Newman team that will not go away quietly. It's Eagle squad. They come into the evening recognized as one of the top teams in the Southeast region. Eagles are 9-3-2 overall. They are 6-1-2 this season in the South Atlantic Conference. Ball in front of the net, booted away by the Bearcats. They avoid danger for the time being. Now sent left side. Taken by Tom Reed. A nice job there as Bolton and Sandy double-teamed him to take it away. This is a Carson-Newman team that defensively, as Lofts tries to slip one into Chrétien, this is a Carson-Newman squad that you talk about Jekyll and Hyde. The first 3 matches of the season, they opened the year with a shutout win over North Greenville and gave up 2 goals to Lees McRae in a loss, 2 goals to Clayton State in a win. So 3 matches into the year, they had given up 4 goals. There's a header, mistimed the jump actually, and it'll be a goal kick to the Bearcats. So sitting at 2-1 after 3 matches, they'd surrendered 4 goals. The next 8 matches, they did not allow a goal. Went 7-0-1 in that stretch. That stretch ended on October 7th with a 3-0 win over Catawba. Now, since October 7th, they have played 3 matches. In that time, they have allowed 12 goals, 3 to Young Harris, 7 to Wingate, and 2 to Tusculum. 0-2-1 in their last 3 contests. Trying to recapture the defense that they had from mid-September to mid-October, where they were impenetrable en route to 7 victories and 8 contests. The Bearcats, meanwhile, their offense has been not as prolific in their last 3 matches as it had been earlier in the season. 1-1 tie on the road against Young Harris. A huge result for Lander. Young Harris had gone 28 straight matches without surrendering either a tie or a loss at home. Knocked off USC Aiken 3-1. 1-0 overtime victory over North Georgia. Now before that, their goal totals were up there pretty consistently. 6 against Catawba, 4 Francis Marion, 3 against Flagler, 2 against Clayton State, 2 against Anderson. Sandy weaves through traffic. Big pile up there in the middle of the pitch. Chrétien, Sandy, and Sainsbury Logan all go to the pitch. Carson-Newman trying to set the attack up here as Knight heads it back to the middle. Now Sandy trying to shield his defender away. He's going to boot it ahead to Chrétien. And the speedster from France on the run. Has it knocked away from him, throw in to the Bearcats. Glad to have you with us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Rickson Lane with you. We remind you that you can watch all live Lander home events throughout the fall, winter, and spring here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We provide live stats as well. Also remind you to join the Bearcat Nation and keep track of all things Lander. Follow on Twitter at Lander Athletics, on Facebook at Lander Athletics, the YouTube subscription, youtube.com/Lander Athletics. Also, the Bearcats are on Instagram at Lander Bearcats. 1-0 lead over Carson-Newman. 23:30 to go in the first period. A goal from George Knight, the difference thus far. The latest NCAA Southeast regional rankings adding to the intrigue of this match. Lander sitting at number 5 in the rankings. They came out early this week. Carson-Newman's one spot ahead of the Bearcats at number 4. Knight gives it to Chrétien in the middle. Now Jemadar, a long pass down into the corner, and it'll get away. The rankings currently: Young Harris 1, Limestone 2, Wingate 3, Carson-Newman 4, Lander 5, Lincoln Memorial 6, Lenore Rhine 7, Chowan 8. The top 6 go to the NCAA tournament, but this is, and important to remember, the first year that there are automatic qualifiers in the Division II men's soccer championships. Meaning, underdog goes to their conference tournament, wins the whole thing. That could mess up someone's postseason plan because that's a spot that's going to the conference tournament champions. Of course, only 3 conferences in the Southeast region: the Peach Belt, the South Atlantic, and Conference Carolinas. So the opportunity for up to 3 spoiler teams to make their way into the tournament, that could mean trouble for seeds 4, 5, and 6. Ball in the box again for Lander. It's Lofts. It's a flex off of an Eagle defender. Goal kick coming up for the Bearcats. Chrétien will take it near side. 21:10 to go in the first period. 1-0 Lander on top of Carson-Newman. Chrétien sends it to the top of the box, headed out. And the Eagles got control of it. Now they want to run. That ball is going to go out of play. It'll be a throw in to the Bearcats. .35. Left in the first as Knight has it go off his foot. Eagles play it near sideline. Chrétien hounding his man. And that one's sent into the stands, heads up. And it'll ricochet around a packed bleachers. We'll have a substitution as Lander will go to the bench. Sam Lofts will make his way off the pitch. Jamie Lunn will check in. Lunn, the unofficial hero for the Bearcats in the 1-1 draw on the road against number 7 Young Harris. As George Skelton with the aggressive tackle. Play on, says the official. But Lunn against Young Harris was the one who, with 54 seconds remaining in regulation, took the ball near the post, fired a shot. It was deflected around and into the net. It was credited as an own goal, but it was Lunn's effort that gave the Bearcats the opportunity to tie that match in the waning seconds of regulation. They went on to hold that tie and earn a point. Ball played around the flag. And they're trying to get it away and not allow a goal kick, and they do clear it out of danger. Ball played beyond the box, shot on the way. Holbo deflects it. Save made by Holbo, but a goal kick coming up. Other matchups going on around the conference tonight. Clayton State and USC Aiken, they draw 1-1. Francis Marion and Georgia Southwestern playing in Florence. Holbo punches that one away. Now Lunn trying to get it out of danger. Heads it towards the sideline. Bryan collects it. He'll try to make a bit of a run. Bearcats get it away from the goal. 16:05 to go, first period. There's Knight with the header. Sandy is there. Now Carson-Newman starting to assert themselves offensively. Bearcats would love to get some more momentum on the offensive side. They attacked early and often in the opening minutes, but since the goal from Knight, it's been the Eagles who have been the aggressors in terms of the positioning of the ball. And then Skelton will be called for a foul as he comes up and believe he collided with Tom Reed, either Reed or Evans. These italicized white numbers on gray uniforms for Carson-Newman, that light orange outline, a little hard to read when they're not closer to the box. That is number 10. So it was Reed, the senior from London, who drew the whistle on Skelton. So Reed will take the kick from the top of the box. Chrétien and Sinclair Sandy making the wall. Eagles positioning themselves on the right side. wants to lob it in. No danger there, as it looked like it was Skelton who headed it away. Eagles maintain possession far sideline. They'll send it into the box, and Bryant able to knock it away. Ball on the left side. Reed trying to make a play on Knight. Deflected away, and Chrétien will send the pass to Lund. Now Lund wanted to push it ahead to Sandy, but the pass intercepted away by Mathores. "14 minutes remaining, opening period, 1-0 our score." Tight, well-contested battle early on between Lander and Carson-Newman. Glad to have you join us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network for this one. Carson-Newman will go to the bench. Number 8, Johnny LeCain will check in, the junior from Jersey Channel Islands. This Carson-Newman team built geographically a lot like the Bearcats. England, Germany, France, Brazil, Wales, Norway, South Africa, and then Georgia and Tennessee. "13 minutes remaining, first period. Bearcats up a goal." Carson-Newman looking for the equalizer. Now the Eagles got a chance. Hobo deflected it over the end line. Shot attempt looked like it might have had a shot at slipping into the corner, near corner of the net. But Hobo deflected it away. Eagles off the corner kick. Shot fired off the crossbar. Another close call for Carson-Newman. They'll re-rack and try to attack once more. Shot in. Deflected away. Goal kick for the Bearcats. So Lander dodged several bullets on that sequence. This is an Eagle team that has become very aggressive here as the first half has progressed, as they trail by 1. I think it was Reed who nearly spun it just under the crossbar. The Bearcats faced down about 3 or 4 good-looking chances there from the Eagle offense. So Hobo will boot it away with 11:30 to go in the opening period. And his Bearcats up a goal. This is the 8th overall meeting between these two squads. The series is knotted 3-3-1. These two teams have not faced off since the 2013 NCAA Southeast Regional. Played in Winter Park, Florida. In what was the Southeast Regional Championship match. A game that was scoreless through regulation and 2 overtime periods and had to go to penalty kicks. Carson-Newman prevailing 4-3 in PKs to advance as the Southeast Regional Champions in 2013. That ended what had been a great run for the Lander Bearcats, knocking off Flagler in the opening round and defeating Queens in the regional semifinals. 9:40 to go in the first period. First meeting in 4 years between the Bearcats and Eagles. Pass intended deep for Sandy. Taken by Carson-Newman. Skelton sends it to Lunn. Lunn wanted to find Young in the center. Now the ball ricocheted. Young gonna fire, misses wide right. Robbie Young off a deflection from a Carson-Newman defender, and he just missed putting it in the lower right 90. Bearcats will bring in Oliver Brock, the junior midfielder from Mansfield, England. He checks in for his first action of the evening. 1-0 our score. Bearcats lead it over the Carson-Newman Eagles. This Lander team trying to stay sharp here as they have got 2 matches left in the regular season after tonight. They play Queens at home on Wednesday night, 5 o'clock kickoff. And then a week from tonight, they go to Americus, Georgia, with a chance to claim their second consecutive Peach Belt Conference regular season title. A win over the Hurricanes, and Lander is the outright conference champion for the second straight year. A tie or a loss will open the door for young Harris. Bearcats tied the Mountain Lions, as we mentioned last week. Folger heads that one. They're going to push it back to Holbo. Looking at the standings now, I actually stand corrected. The only way Lander does not win the league outright is if they lose to Georgia Southwestern. They own a 3-point lead with 1 conference match remaining. Young Harris would have to win their final match of the season, which will be at Georgia Southwestern on Wednesday, and then the Hurricanes would have to upset the Bearcats on Saturday. So Georgia Southwestern holds the Peach Belt Conference title in the palm of their hands, despite the fact that they are 0-4 in the league. They've got an opportunity to decide the conference champion as the top 2 teams in the league come to their place this week. Bearcats will worry about that in due time. Tonight, they've got a huge region contest on their hands against the Eagles of Carson-Newman. 6 minutes and change to go in the first period, and it is 1-0 Bearcats. George Knight's goal, 29:58 remaining in the first, put Lander on top. Bearcats have not gotten a really good look at the goal since. If you discount the shot from Young that was possible off a ricochet from a Eagle defender. But now Knight's trying to get the offense revved up. So he sends it ahead to Sandy. Sandy in a foot race. Ball knocked out of play, and it's off of an Eagle. I think it may have been Reed who poked it out of bounds. Tom Reed all over the pitch tonight, the senior from London. 4:15 remaining in the first period. 1-0 lead for Lander, and then Sinclair Sandy going to get called for a foul. Sandy tried to avoid drawing that whistle, but Thailand Silva went sprawling to the turf. Now Sandy, I think Sandy may get a card here. Or maybe just a elongated conversation with our official. No card is issued. 3:50 left in the half. Bearcats up 1. Knight trying to make something happen. He's got a pair of gray jerseys around him. Pass into the center. Brock trying to sprint for it, sliding, and the ball sent back to Folger. Oh, a great effort across the board from both squads there in that sequence. Now Bolton will send it ahead. Lund, check it, Jamidar's pass deflected away. 3 minutes to go in the half. Bearcats up a goal, trying to keep the momentum on their side as we close these opening 45 minutes. All played to the middle. Far sideline, Lund trying to keep it in play. Bearcats have a bit of a run here. You got to slow it down and maintain possession. 2:25 to go in the half. Ball sent near side to Knight. It goes back to Bryan. Bryan's got Knight trailing him. He puts it in the middle to Jamadar. Jamadar's pass deflected around. Now Young's got a shot. Young in the right of the box. A lot of contact, and the ball will go over the goal line. And corner kick coming up for Lander with 2:05 left in the period. Oh, Young tackled in the box. No whistle, pardon me. But the Bearcats will have a corner here with under 2 to go in the half. So Brock will send it, and we've got whistles. I think they called a foul in the box on Lander. Skelton with his arms extended as he runs back down the pitch. 1:20 left in the period. Lander up 1. And now they're going to make the keeper, Verwai, boot it again as the clock approaches 1 minute. Carson-Newman trying to find the equalizer here. The waning seconds of the first period. Eagles will take a free kick just on the Bearcat half of the pitch. Can Holbo and the defense stand up one more time in the period? Take a lead into the break. Clock down to 25 as the kick goes in. At the top of the box. Missed everybody, but not a clean header. Knight's pass deflected. Deflected again. He finally lobs it away. 15 seconds left in the period. Eagles trying to push it into the box. Just on the perimeter. Skelton with the defense. Knocked away. That'll do it for the first period. As Carson-Newman in a hurry a throw in. But they will not get a shot attempt. First period comes to a close. It was a good one. Bearcats leading Carson-Newman 1-0. Stick around. Second half action coming up from Van Taylor Stadium. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. We welcome you back into Greenwood, South Carolina, and the second period between Lander and Carson-Newman. The Eagles trailing the Bearcats 1-0 as we begin the second period of action. Rickson Lane along with you. Glad to have you join us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Give you some stats from the first half. The lone goal of the first period coming by way of Lander's George Knight. The 14:57 mark. He was assisted by Sinclair Sandy. A shot from probably then about 6 feet right in front of the keeper and actually went between the legs of the 6'6" Twan Verwey. The Bearcats on the board 1-0. Shots at a bit of a premium in the first period. 5 apiece. Both teams had 2 shots on goal. 2 saves made by Lander's Alexander Holbo. Verwey, making 1 save. 3 corner kicks for Lander, 1 for Carson-Newman, as Lofts has it in the box and Verwey will gobble it up. 3 fouls apiece in the first period. No cards issued. So shots on goal, and fouls all even in the first period. It was a very hotly contested opening 45 minutes between Lander and Carson-Newman. A non-conference matchup tonight. Carson-Newman out of the South Atlantic. Lander hailing from the Peach Belt. Bearcats, as we mentioned in the first period, they have got the Peach Belt Conference title within their grasp. 1 week from tonight on the road at Georgia Southwestern. Win that one or tie that one, and Lander is back-to-back champions. They saw their winning streak in the conference, which had climbed all the way up to I believe 14 consecutive matches. Saw that streak snapped as Chrétien works it to the top of the box. He'll pass it over to Sandy right side. Back to Chrétien. Chrétien working to the right. Trying to curve back around and find some space. Lander extending the Eagle defense out. They got a pin down on the far sideline. Now Chrétien trying to get back to the center. Tackle made, but Brock is there to send it over to Folger. Bryan to Brock, back to Bryan. Bryan's got a crease, gonna make a run. Bryan, left side. Bryan, shot saved, made by Verwey. Well, an impressive one-man effort there from Richard Bryan. Aggressive run by the defender. Now he'll clear it, and it'll go off target and out of play. 40-50 to go in regulation. 1-0 Lander on top. Sandy tackled. And he'll go down. Oliver Brock to take a free kick beyond the box on the right-hand side. And they get it into the box. Oh, beautifully executed by Lander, but unable to get a shot off. They rolled it to Lofts, who then chipped it up. Looked like Folger maybe had a chance at it, but couldn't control the pass. Jamadar to Lofts. Brock will send it back to Skelton. Skelton boots it away. Pass nicely intercepted there by Brock. Carson-Newman's got a player down. Lander's going to try to make a run here. Bryan, left side. Bryan looking for help. Double team, tries to spin out of danger. Ball deflected away by the Eagles, but the Bearcats maintain. Brock, pass it off to Jamadar. Back to Brock. A little bit of space, wanted to clear it into the box instead. They'll send it back. Lander's going to boot it out of bounds as Carson-Newman's got a player who's been down for a while now. We'll stop for a minute as they tend to the injured Eagle. 38-12 remaining in regulation. Lander up 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Following the injury, Carson-Newman boots it to Holbo, the goalkeeper. No quirk of this sport that you see sometimes, a player injured and the opposing team has the ball and is not in the midst of a scoring opportunity. You'll see them kick it out of play, let that player get the assistance they need, and then upon play resuming, the opposing team will send the ball back to the team that had it before the stoppage of play occurred. Just a way to make sure that everybody gets treated and play resumes as fairly as possible. Bolton will push it back to Bryan with 37-18 to go in the second period. Lander leads 1-0 over the Eagles of Carson-Newman. There's a deep pass to Lofts. Lofts got two defenders in front of him and it's poked away. Played back in the middle. The Carson-Newman defender nearly stumbled in his own box. Deflected away by Brock. And Lander takes possession. Chrétien threads the pass left side. Loft's going to be unable to get to it. Under 36 minutes remaining in regulation. Hobo has it at his feet. He'll give it off to Folger. 10 minutes into the second period. Lander holding a 1-goal advantage. Hobo getting the start tonight. It's his second career start. His last action came on September 3rd. A road loss 3-0. In the hands of Lenore Rhine. Another one of the top teams in the region. Hobo allowed 3 goals, made 4 saves in that contest. Went the distance between the pipes for Lander, but he's not played since. In fact, Dean Cowdroy, the sophomore out of Australia, just earlier this week was named the Peach Belt Conference Goalkeeper of the Week for the 2nd consecutive week. But he is not in action tonight, at least not thus far. Oh, out of play. Lander will have the throw in. Was Cowdroy was probably going to have to put forth a Herculean type effort to have a shot at winning his 3rd consecutive goalkeeper of the week, because Clayton State's keeper put together one of the more impressive outings of the season earlier this week against the Young Harris Mountain Lions, making 15 saves in a 4-3 victory. Not often that a keeper that allows 3 goals in a match is going to be in the running for that honor, but it may happen this week, as it looks like Brock's going to be whistled for a foul. 33 minutes remaining in regulation. And the free kick is in, and Carson-Newman's got the equalizer at 32-29. A beautiful shot into the upper left 90. And the Eagles are on the board. It was Tom Reed. He's had his name called out multiple times. And he delivers the first goal of the match for Carson-Newman off the foul against Brock. Just struck it with the right foot and curled it just inside the left post towards the upper part of the net, and not much Hobo could have done with that one. Long pass ahead to Chrétien. Had a step on his defenders, waiting for the cavalry to join him. Chrétien with a nice move. Pass deflected away, stays in bounds. Contact and no whistle. They'll play on. Bryan, left side. Ball knocked out of play. Corner kick coming up.
Corner kick, Lander.
.31 minutes remaining in regulation. And Brock, it appears, will take the corner. Whistle, and Lander will not get an attempt off. And now we're going to have a card. They're going over to the bench. I believe Lee Squires just got issued a yellow card. Referee ran over to the bench to have a discussion with him after the goal for Carson-Newman. I think he just carded him there after blowing the whistle. It prevented Lander from getting a attempt there on the corner. Bryan with a nice job taking that pass, and now he'll bring it down the left side. Got some room. Bryan, pass into the center. Jamadar couldn't get the shot clean. Goal kick for the Eagles. And just like what happened with Carson-Newman in the first period, Lander has become quite aggressive after surrendering the goal. Good corner kick opportunity. A good run there from Bryan that nearly resulted in a shot attempt. Gets it away to Folger. And Bryan will loft it ahead to Chrétien. Chrétien, left side. Gonna spin it into the box, deflected away. And the Eagles clear it out, but Bolton is there to stop it. Jamadar, cross it right side. And Brock trying to make something happen. Brock gonna make a run. Brock into the center. Ball deflected, shot and score! Thibaut Chrétien! And Lander's back on top, 2-1. Brock made the run down the inline. It was deflected, and Chrétien comes away with the score.
Assist by number 7, Oliver Brock.
Just like that, Lander strikes back. It's 2-1. Brock made a great move on the far sideline, made the run. The pass was deflected in, and Chrétien was all alone on the left side of the goal. Beautifully done by Lander. And the Bearcats get the much-needed goal to put them back on top. Now, can they hold this Eagle offense? Expect Carson-Newman to crank up the pressure here with 28:45 to go. Thibaut Chrétien, goal number 3 on the season. Oliver Brock earns his 7th assist of the year. He leads the Bearcats in that department. It has been a great night of soccer here at Van Taylor Stadium this evening. Lander and Carson-Newman. Number 20,
Substitution for Carson-Newman, number 20.
Don Smit, senior defender from the Netherlands, will check in. He will replace Greg Evans. Clock will stop of 27:03 to play. Tonight, the 5th largest crowd in program history, 406 on hand. That one's sent in. Hobo trying to dive there. Ball free, and it's cleared out by Lander. Oh, what a great effort by Carson-Newman. Nearly found another game-tying score. The ball sent clear. This is going to go down as the largest crowd in program history for a non-Erskine Lander match. The 4 largest crowds in school history at Van Taylor Stadium all involved matchups with Erskine. 2015, 2011, 2017, and 2013. But tonight, Lander Carson-Newman draws 406 at Van Taylor Stadium, the 5th largest crowd in school history. The Erskine match earlier this season was the 3rd largest crowd to ever witness a men's match here at Van Taylor Stadium. Hard tackle made there by Folger. No whistle. Clock continues to tick. 26 minutes to go in this one. Lander up 2-1. Curled in the box, but it's headed away. Skelton was there. Sliding tackle made by the Bearcats, and the ball out of play. It'll be a throw in to Lander. Lander 9-2-1 on the year. Carson-Newman 9-3-2. Whistle, and that foul will go against the Bearcats. Ball played on the near sideline by Bryan. Going to send it back to Folger under some pressure. Carson-Newman dialing it up. A Nifty move there by Skelton, and he's tackled from behind, and that's going to draw the whistle. And the clock will stop at 23:43. Ball sent back towards the net, and nearly a catastrophe for the Eagles as Verwai was there. And that one will be sent out of play. A little forearm shiver given there to Robbie Young as the Eagles bring it down the near side. This is Mathores. Skelton's there to intercept the pass. Headed it away. Now the Eagles will push it left side. 22:30 to go. Lander up 2-1. Lander back line there once more. Chrétien chasing as Mathores takes it. He wants to send one in. Again, like Skelton got a piece of that one. Mathores will send it back deep as Carson-Newman regroups offensively. What a match this has been tonight. Good defense there from Bryan. Brock and Bryan play it back and forth. Now a long pass ahead, trying to find Robbie Young. Pass a little too far. It's handled along the back line by Smith. Over a while, send it out to the left. A 2-1 lead for Lander over Carson-Newman. George Knight got the scoring started in the first period, a goal in the 15th minute. That goal would hold until the 57-24 mark when Tom Reed netted a free kick, but it took Lander just 3 minutes and 33 seconds to answer as Thibaut Chrétien scored off a pass from Brock. Carson-Newman will send that ball deep. So it looks like Young slow to get up. limping, and now Robbie Young goes back down. Clock will stop at 19:43. Well, a sophomore from Motherwell, Scotland down. We'll step aside as they tend to Young. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Robbie Young up and off the field, which is a good sign for the Lander Bearcats. He'll be replaced by Jamie Lunn, the senior from Larborough, Scotland, back into the match. Bearcats lead at 2-1 with 19:20 remaining. Glad to have you with us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Rickson Lane with you. So glad that you decided to spend your Saturday night with us. It's non-conference prime regional matchup between Lander and Carson-Newman, two of the top 5 teams in the Southeast in Division II men's soccer. Corentin de Mutin will check in for Lander. 18:35 to go. De Mutin, the sophomore from Taloris, France. Brian in the middle of the pitch, fighting with Mathores. A long pass, and de Mutin make an impact early as he tackles Tylon Silva, the freshman from Brazil, brought him down from the shoulders. De Mutin will draw a yellow card. That's the 3rd card of the match. Tom Reed been carded tonight for Carson-Newman. De Mutin draws one. Lee Squires, the Bearcat coach, also got a card earlier in the second period. It was a good ball. It veered left to the box and out of play. Goal kick for Lander. Not a lot of rest tonight for the starters. Both teams have combined to bring in just 5 substitutes this evening. 3 for Lander, 2 for Carson-Newman. Hobo will send it to the middle of the pitch, headed forward by Lander. Fight for it on the Bearcats side. And the Bearcats come out with it, trying to run here. Got 4 white jerseys in the area, tackle made. Out of play to Lander. Bearcats trying to extend their 13-match home winning streak. They have not lost a match here at Van Taylor Stadium since falling to Lenore-Rhine in the home opener last year. That Bearcat team opened the season 1-3, ended the year 14-4-1. Really found their footing about mid-September and never broke stride. Advanced to the Peace Belt Conference Tournament Championship after winning the conference in the regular season. Fell in PKs to Young Harris and advanced to the NCAA tournament where they dropped a heartbreaker in overtime to Limestone. The Saints are once again one of the top teams in the Southeast, as are the Bearcats. Chrétien in the center, going to fire a shot, poked away by Verwey. Lander's going to keep it in play. Lunge shot into the box. Passed it out to Brock, but they'll say no goal. Check it, Bryan attempted the shot off of Lund's pass. The officials wave it off. 15:50 remaining. Lander up one. DeMutin with a nice job to take it away from Rankin. Pass left side, Bryan. Bryan back into the box. No whistle. Carson-Newman trying to counter. Tackle made by Jamadar. They'll play on. "15 minutes to go in regulation. Bearcats up a goal on Carson-Newman. Beautifully done by Folgers. He bicycles that one out of the box. Now Lander will boot it into the sideline. Clock will stop at 14:39 to play. A lot of clock stoppages here in the second period. Another run potentially for the Bearcats. Brock makes the move into the box, tackled away, and we've got a whistle. They carded Oliver Brock, I believe. Check it, that's George Knight, pardon me. Is for flopping or for something said afterward. But Knight gets the card. That's the third of the evening against Lander. Controlled by the Eagles. Then DeMutin intercepts the pass. Jamadar there to recover. Now Jamadar passing to Chrétien. Chrétien looking for room. Sends it to DeMutin. We'll save it on the end line and send it over the top of the net. Goal kick for Carson-Newman with 13:24 to go. Bearcats up a goal with 12:50 to go. Lander in the home stretch of the regular season, just 2 more matches after the night. They'll have senior day as Carson-Newman. So lack of concentration there from Torres. They let it slip off his foot and out of play. Senior day Wednesday against Queens at 5 o'clock. Scrum for the ball near side. Out of play, throw in will go to Carson-Newman. Clock will stop as Tyler Bolton's going to get that right leg stretched. Richard Bryan will play the part of trainer. 11:49 showing. Lander up 2-1 on the Eagles. Bolton says he's ready to go. Just the shin guard. Get back in place. Queens on Wednesday, Georgia Southwestern Saturday. And then November, the opening weekend, Lander go to Evans, Georgia for the semifinals of the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Bearcats will earn a first-round bye by way of their either first or second place finish in the league. They are a single point against Georgia Southwestern away from clinching another regular season title and the top seed in the tournament. Now we'll have another stoppage of play at 11:06. Well, no one here is going to make their 9 o'clock dinner reservation. This second half has dragged on. It's been a very entertaining second half, but my goodness, there have been a lot of stoppages. There have also been a lot of yellow cards. That's the 5th of the night. And it goes against number 5, Thibaut Mathores, for Carson-Newman.
Was that his first yellow? Really?
And then 5 yellow cards tonight. Lee Squires drawing 1. George Knight's gotten 1. Jordan Skelton has drawn 1 for Lander. For Carson-Newman, Tom Reed and Thibaut Mathores have each gotten 1. And Corentin Demoutin has also drawn 1. So pardon me, there have been 6 yellow cards in this match. They have all come in the last 20 minutes. At the 57-minute mark, there had not been a single yellow card issued. There have been 6 since. .10:13 remaining. Lander up 2-1. Ball headed by Chrétien, out of play. Going to be a throw-in. No. Saved by Carson-Newman. A diving header by Folger. Shot on the way. Hobo will dive, but he won't get a finger on it. Goal kick coming up for Lander. So we're under 10 to go. over the end line. A corner kick coming for the Lander Bearcats.
Substitution for Lander, number 12, Sinclair Sandy.
Sinclair Sandy back in the match.
And for Carson-Newman, number 12, Greg Evans.
This is the matchup of the 4th and 5th place teams right now in the Southeast Region standings. It's put out by the NCAA 3 days ago. Ball in, headed on, another foul in the box against Lander. That's the 3rd time tonight Lander's drawn a foul on one of their corner kicks. Or, pardon me, not has drawn a foul, has been whistled for a foul. Bearcats ranked 5th at the moment in the region. Carson-Newman ranked 4th. A very important matchup going on right now in Wingate, North Carolina. The Wingate Bulldogs are 3rd in the region. They trail Lenoir-Rhyne, the 7th-ranked team in the region, 1-0 at halftime. 2 SAC teams competing. Wingate falls to Lenoir-Rhyne. The opportunity is there for one of these two squads to move up. You wonder if Lander will move up any. They drew with the top team in the league or the top team in the region rather, on the road in Young Harris, but came into the rankings 5th. $7:13 to go in regulation. Bearcats up 2-1. Ball sent into the box. Headed left. Carson-Newman going to send it right side. Out of play. Throw in Lander. Six minutes remaining. Demutin there to intercept the pass. Beautifully read. Demutin trying to make something happen. He'll drive left, fire wide. Oh, a great effort there. The sophomore out of France. Midfielder read that pass perfectly, picked it and took it the other way, but unable to finish with 5:33 to play. And Sandy deflects one away, and the clock will stop at 5:26. Johnny LeCain, a junior from the Channel Islands, will draw the yellow card. He'll slap hands with Sandy. Sinclair gets to his feet. Folger, deep pass to Bryan in the corner. Bryan looking for room. He'll slow things down. Now wants to turn back left side towards the end line. But well defended by Carson-Newman. 2-1 lead for Lander, 5:10 to go in regulation. Long pass ahead. Eagles got a man there, but the Lander defense closes. 5 minutes to go. Folger gets it back from Brock. Poke it ahead to Jamadar. Jamadar misread the header there. Thought that Brian was going to be cutting towards the sideline. Instead, he broke in towards the middle of the pitch. That pass off target. Hobo will play it at his feet. Scoop it up with 4:35 to go. Two 2-1 lead for the Bearcats. Jamie Lund sends it to Chrétien. Chrétien on the right side. Into the box. Caught by Verwij. Twan Verwij, a 6'6" keeper out of the Netherlands. Graduate student for Carson-Newman. One of 5 grad students on this roster. Clock stops with 3:48. Will we have our, I believe it would be our 8th yellow card? We will not. Good ball sent in. Hobo punches it away. And then Bryan clips it towards the sideline. Lund has his pass deflected out of bounds. 3:30 remaining. Tyler Bolton checks into the match. Junior from Basildon, England, Oliver Brock, will head to the sideline. .331 to go. Eagles get it to Reed. He's been their go-to man tonight. Reed, left of the box, sends the pass in. Shot high. Hobo watched it sail over the post. Another stoppage of play with 2:38 to go. Ball battled for on the far sideline. Chrétien had it for a moment. Eagles took it away. Carson-Newman trying to get a run here. And fight for the ball. Aggressive tackle there from Folger. Late whistle. A very late whistle. Two minutes to go in this one. Lander up 2-1. A free kick coming. Lofted into the box. Headed high. Hobo skies for it. Lander with possession with 100 seconds remaining. Trying to hold on against the 4th-ranked team in the region. Lander, the 5th-ranked squad. Carson-Newman's going to have a chance to put together an offensive charge here. They send it left side. Minute 25 to go. Bearcat defense trying to get into position. Ball sent to the top. Headed away. Oh, Folger dove in there. Now Bryan's going to chase it down. And we got a whistle. A minute 13. Red card has been issued. Carson-Newman has just had a man ejected I believe that's Tebow Mathores. Mathores, I believe, has been booted. He had already drawn a yellow tonight. So Mathores ejected with 1:10 to play. And Carson-Newman's rally chances will take a hit now. They'll play a man down in the final 70 seconds. Lander up 2-1. And the Eagles are down a man. Hobo set to boot it. .110 to go. Lander up 2-1 on Carson-Newman. Still waiting for the signal for Hobo to be able to kick this one. I don't quite know what we're waiting on here, honestly. But Hobo send it. Jamadar heads it once. Sandy's there. Then Lund gets a piece of it. Ball sent deep. 1 minute to go. Bearcats trying to hold on. Carson-Newman looking to rally. 2-1 lead for Lander. Chrétien tried to get it away. Carson-Newman fighting to get something going here. Long pass ahead. Ball on the right side to Reed. Reed working. Right side deflected away by Skelton. 35 seconds to play. Eagles got to hurry here. It'll be a corner kick for Carson-Newman with 30 seconds to play. They bring the goalie up as well, the 6'6", Tuan Verwey. They send it in. It's deep in the box. It's headed high. Verwey is there. Headed back by Skelton. 14 seconds to go. Sandy gets it up in the air. 10 seconds to play. Ball sent right. Demutin heads it out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Lander will hold on, and they will knock off Carson-Newman 2-1. The home winning streak runs to 14 matches as the Bearcats pick up their 10th win of the season. 2-1 your final. Lander over Carson-Newman. We'll step aside. When we come back, a talk with our man of the match. Lander victorious over the Eagles. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Back at Van Taylor Stadium, the Lander Bearcats victorious over the Carson-Newman Eagles by a final of 2-1. And we're joined now by our man of the match, George Knight, a goal and an assist on the evening for the sophomore defender. George, just take us through a match like this, the intensity of that match. How difficult was it for this team to keep its composure through everything that went on and find a way to get another home win?
Yeah, well, it's just good to be back at home, and that we knew that they'd be coming out trying to get at us from the start, and we'd been given instructions to not let that happen and play from the very start and go at them. They're a good team, we've got to give them credit for that, but we loved every second of it, and we really went for it. And, you know, for a few minutes we may have switched off, but altogether we can play like that, we can go anywhere as a team. What's
the mindset of this club now, knowing one more match at home in the regular season, you got senior day coming up, and then a chance to go win a conference championship? How locked in is this team, knowing all the things that are in front of them right now?
Yeah, it's all how we take it. We know our next game is our biggest game, and we're really looking forward to be back in the home and back in front of the fans. And we know that if we keep playing like this, you know, conference tournament, any team we play, we can put them aside.
A big night for the sophomore defender, goal and an assist. George Knight, our man of the match. That'll do it for us tonight from Greenwood, South Carolina. Lander victorious over Carson-Newman 2-1. Senior day coming up for Lander Wednesday night, 5 o'clock kickoff against Queens. We'll have that for you right here from Van Taylor Stadium. For everyone here at Lander University, I'm Rickson Lane signing off. Lander takes down Carson-Newman 2-1. You've been listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Have a blessed night, everybody, and we'll talk to you Wednesday evening.